Are you ready? You've worked hard for this, right? You've been waiting for, what, 7 years, 8 years? It's a long time, right? Is it okay if I ask you a couple trick questions? And if you don't answer them, I can always ask some other kid who's here and let them try to answer it, or maybe one of these old people. So what was last Sunday? Do you remember we celebrated last Sunday? What did you do that made last Sunday stand out from the rest of the year? It was Mother's Day. That was a big one. Wow, I thought I forgot a lot. Okay, now, so I have one more question if it's okay to ask. Can I ask what you gave your mom for Mother's Day? Yeah, I can? Tell us.
I took some construction paper and put pictures on it.
You made something for your mom with construction paper and pictures. What were the pictures of, can I ask?
Family.
Family. Sweet. Did you both give the same present? Is that because you're siblings? Well, they got off easy.
I made stained glass.
Stained glass? There's a few windows over there. That's awesome. And you put it together and gave it to Mama? Whoa. That's really, really cool. I really think it's fun to give gifts, and it's obviously awesome to receive gifts, right? It's really cool to receive gifts. But when it comes time to give a gift, like here comes Mother's Day, very soon it'll be Father's Day, there's birthdays and Christmas and all those kinds of things. I think sometimes it can be a chance to think about the person we're giving the gift to and think about, like, what do they need? What do they want? What would be significant? What would be meaningful? What would be a way for them to remember this moment and our relationship with them? I think we think about those things, and for some of us that's really exciting. It's a chance to be creative, but for people like me, that's awful. Awful. And a lot of people like me, like men. That's not an easy thing to figure out. Like, what do they need? And what if I give them something they don't need? And what if they don't like what I give them? And what if it doesn't mean anything? And what if they already have one? You know, some people actually, when you bring a gift to a wedding, they don't even open it sometimes, and they give it to the next person at the next wedding. Go figure. You better check what your mom gives at the next wedding. It might be a stained glass. I'm teasing. But you put a lot of thought in it, you want it to be good, and sometimes it doesn't work. I have a friend one time who gave his wife, you know, sometimes dads give presents to their wives on Mother's Day for being your mom and for all the work they do and stuff. And one man I know very well actually gave his wife a gift that he thought she would really want and need, and it was a Weight Watcher scale. Seriously. Yeah, even you know that's dumb, right? Really dumb, Dad. There's one more I heard about once where this guy on his wife's birthday, this is a true story. I did not know this guy, at least he wasn't my friend like this other dummy was. But he gave his wife a lip waxing kit. Really? So you can really sometimes blow it. You know, you can give the wrong gift, and then it's like, whoa, this backfired, and then all hell breaks loose. But the point is, it's something that takes a lot of time and thought, and it can be stressful, and I know a lot of guys like me who really stress over it. We don't know how to do it very well, and we certainly don't want to disappoint. And here was Jesus. Things are getting intense around him. More and more people were seeming to turn on him. More and more people were starting to hate him. More and more people were out to stop him because he was threatening their life, their world, their religion, their politics, their government, their economy. He kept turning the tables. Literally one time he turned tables upside down, but he was turning the tables on them all the time. And some people don't like to be challenged. Some people don't like to be challenged, and some people don't like to think outside the box. And here he was doing this thing, and so the walls were kind of closing in, the enemies were getting closer, and I think Jesus could begin to say, when he was quiet, in the quieter times, I think this is getting close to the end, and I'm probably going to die. And so as the end got closer and closer and closer, he had to make a decision. He had to figure out a gift. He had to figure out one thing that he could leave his friends with, the folks he was counting on to carry on what he was doing, the people he believed in so much that he was willing to die for. And he racked his brain, and he thought, what can I give them? What do they need? What do they need that they don't even know they need? What would mean something to them? What would have significance for them? What would help them live the life that is theirs? What might I be able to give them before he left the earth as we know it, as we knew him when he walked the earth, before he took on this whole new dimension of life for us? What can I give them? And he thought, and he thought, and he thought, and finally, he decided, I guess this is about the best gift I can ever give somebody I love. You want to open it? I really didn't want you to undo the ribbon, but that's okay. You want to stand? Why don't you stand up here and open it? Okay, there you go. Come stand here so everybody can see what you open and pull out. What's there?
The body of Christ.
Not yet. but hold it up real high so everybody can see. That's what he gave his friends. And you know what they said? Hello. This is kind of like nothing. This is a little bit ordinary. We have this every day of our life. Every day. Why would this be this momentous gift that you're given to the world? And then you know what he said? He said, what this will hold for you is a piece of heaven. A piece of heaven. Thanks, you can sit down. I want that box back, though. This is how guys do gifts. A piece of heaven, he said. So like all of us when we give gifts, right, we think about who is this person? What does he or she need? What would make a difference in their life? What would be a significant thing? And he knew, being human himself in every way that we are, he knew we were going to need hope. He knew there were going to be some really, really hard times. He was facing them himself. He said, I know you're going to need hope. He said, I know you're going to need to feel connected, because there's nothing lonelier sometimes than human life. And when you get sick and you feel alone and you're in pain, or life disappoints you, or things fall apart, I know you're going to want to not feel so alone, because the first thing that happens to us is loneliness. And so he wanted to give us something that would ease the loneliness for us. He wanted to give us something that would be a reason to get up in the morning. He wanted to give us something that would carry to us connection with all the world all the time. He wanted to give us strength, because he knew we were going to be weak sometime and our knees were going to quake in fear. So he wanted to give us strength. Something that he also knew had to come inside of us now, so that peace of heaven would be from here lived out, and something that would compel us to do the same for others. He wanted to give us goodness, goodness itself. Goodness, so that we who have experienced this kind of goodness could turn around and be good now to others, so that they can turn around and be good to others, and so that this new thing could begin to happen in the world. And he thought, and he thought, and he thought. And so on the night before he died, he took a little tiny piece of unleavened bread, something every Jew would have recognized immediately. And he said, I'm going to tell you what I'm leaving with you. I'm leaving you me. I give you me. All of me. And this gift will be yours forever. And it has to come from the outside in, so that every time you receive it, you know that you carry it now. That all you need is here. 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 Wow. That something so ordinary could carry something so extraordinary. And that someone would dare put a piece of heaven into our own hands so that we can take it into our own heart. I don't know about you. I'd sure like to have a new car. I'd sure like a lot of other things, but you know there's nothing I need more, especially when life gets hard, than a piece of heaven. Take this then, he said, and eat it. This is me, given for you.